No, we were talking about that, and there was media in the elevator too, so it isn't. I'm not breaching confidence. However, Milo goes, "Oh my God! The worst thing that could have happened was for Berkeley to have just cooperated and done everything right."
How's it going, everybody? I'm imagining by the time you're watching this, the march is already taking place in Berkeley, but this is being recorded yesterday for those that are watching today. It's a great opportunity for me to sit down with Mike Cernovich and talk a little bit about what happened with Free Speech Week, why you came. So I think the first thing a lot of people want to know, I know you gave a press conference, but just tell us what happened with Free Speech Week, why the march happened. Just, yeah, go for it.
Well, hopefully I don't die at the march tomorrow, and this would be my last interview to air after I die.
Say something great then. Say some profound.
That would be a bad thing. Well, Free Speech Week was definitely always planned to happen. Milo got in touch with me months ago, wanted me to do it. I wasn't able to do it because of a family visit, and then I rearranged things to come out and make it happen. So the conspiracy theory that he never wanted it to happen, well, it wouldn't make any sense. Plus, you want there to be there for 4 days. You want more controversy every day. 1 day of controversy is like kind of cool, but if you could have milked it for 4 days of Antifa, you would much rather have 4 days of Antifa rather than what we've been dealing with yesterday and today.
So you're actually saying that the conspiracy theory that he was trying to generate controversy would have made more sense if the event actually happened.
Exactly. You want the controversy for 4. Everybody knows why he wanted to do it at Berkeley. Because you bring on Antifa, it creates a spectacle. That isn't a secret. Milo doesn't pretend that it isn't a secret. But the idea that he didn't want the event to happen at all is crazy.
Yeah, some people are saying he just wanted to like coax Antifa to protest or something, or that it was all just a big hoax, I guess.
Yeah, you would want that for 4 days. If you could have Antifa wound up for 4 days, you would want them for 4 days.
So then, what exactly happened? Why did, what stifled the actual development?
The student group, the Berkeley Patriots, is a smaller group. It's a new group, and Berkeley kept throwing paperwork at them. They didn't really know what they were doing, how to manage it. Younger and experienced people who weren't prepared to deal with the bureaucratic red tape.
And so it just got what, like frozen or?
A good question. The Berkeley, they did a great PR game. I was watching them. They were answering every email, answering press inquiries. I was actually learning about the event and speakers pulling out through Berkeley's PR department. So they did a great job. That way they wanted to create a narrative, which is that we were really going to let this happen, and we fully supported it.
So even without the support, though, like I said, this is being filmed the day before I publish it. The march is likely, I'm assuming something's happening with the march. We don't know. But you guys all fully intend to do something, regardless of what Berkeley has to say. Is that the case?
Yeah, we have to. It isn't, I don't want to go out to Berkeley outside. I have no interest in that, but you have to do it. Otherwise, it'll look like Berkeley University won, and you can't go out that way.
I like how you're remarkably candid with like the optics of the event, because people are often just like, no, it's about free speech, totally omitting them from the fact that everyone knows there's a PR aspect of this, that it's about asserting the right to do something and making a stand.
Yeah, I don't condescend to people or lie to people. Everybody knows. I'm not going to play the game. There's a reason people choose Berkeley. And when people go, well, so you admit that it's just all about publicity? No, it's about making the radical left own Antifa. It's the same reason that the media covers those Nazi events in Charlottesville and elsewhere. It's a game. And I like to just admit that we're all playing a game. Maybe not necessarily you're a pretty honest guy. But it is definitely a game. And the liberal media is playing it, and people on the new right are playing it also.
I feel that. I always wonder to myself when I see people post things that are so obviously disingenuous, I just don't get it. And that's like the only thing I can think to is a conspiracy that people are willfully, putting out BS.
Well, I don't do that. I don't think. I actually have corrected a lot of my stuff.
No, actually, you put out a tweet once that actually I'll just say this straight up. There was a tweet that Cernovich put out that had it was talking about Antifa violence against Trump supporters. One of the photos was from me. Oh no, I'm sorry. It was about Black Lives Matter violence. One of the photos was from me, but it wasn't a Black Lives Matter activist who hit the person. And I tweeted to you that top corner photo is mine. It wasn't Black Lives Matter. You immediately retweeted it, letting people know that right? You essentially putting out the update.
I have a narrative and I have an agenda, and I'm fully transparent with my narrative, my agenda. But when it comes to outright fabricating things, you can't do that, or at least I won't do it. And for a number of reasons. One, it's not honest. Two, eventually you're going to get caught, and people are unforgiving of you just faking things.
Well, you lose the confidence of people then.
Exactly, and then you can't ever push any narrative at all that benefits you.
So, what made you decide to come out here to Free Speech Week?
Milo's a friend of mine. Otherwise, I wouldn't be anywhere near Berkeley.
But like philosophically, is it simply because Milo's doing this event, or is it free speech?
It's because Milo's a friend. I've never given a college talk. I'm actually going to give my first college talk at Columbia late October. I'm not into the whole college scene. I'm not really into being around Antifa. Milo's a personal friend of mine. I do believe in free speech. So I mean, I can give you two answers. So one answer is we're standing up against tyranny, and Berkeley wants to shut us down, and we're going to fight back because that's what brave people do, and the only way for injustice to prevail is for good men to do nothing. Yeah, but no, I was not going to be here. I don't like coming to Berkeley. I like where I live. I like being by the beach. But Milo's a good friend, and he had an event. I'm going to support him.
So, but you originally weren't going to do it. You changed your schedule. Is there a catalyst for that? Was it the stifling from Berkeley, or?
Yeah, I got a little angry. And if I'm told I can't do something, and this is like a lesson for everybody, really, if I'm told I can't do something, then I have to defy it. So if they want to just get us to leave us alone, we'll go away because we'll get bored.
I think Ben Shapiro had a quote where he said something along the lines of, if the event is canceled, if the event goes off without a hitch, Milo will be the only sad person, or something like that.
Milo said that just now in the elevator. Yeah. So
he said that if the event actually happened, he'd be upset?
No, not the event happened. If it went off without a hitch, without Berkeley coming and stifling it. Yeah.
Right.
No, we were talking about that, and there was media in the elevator too, so it isn't. I'm not breaching confidence. However, Milo goes, "Oh my God, the worst thing that could have happened was for Berkeley to have just cooperated and done everything right." So you want the spectacle, and that's why people go, "Well, so that proves Milo didn't want the event to happen." No, you want the event to happen with major drama, but you do want the event to happen. You don't want to. For example, we're supposed to do a press conference today at a venue on Treasure Island. We're going to go ride in a speedboat. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then the venue closed down, locked the doors, they put chains around it, and had police out there and just said, "You're not going to do it. Whoa. We don't even care that you paid for it." You don't want stuff like that to happen.
So, So are you guys getting your money back?
He will, yeah.
Wow.
I assume.
You know, this reminds me of, I can't remember what the movie is, but it's about like this comedian who becomes a politician, and he just admits everything, just like is straight up about everything they're doing. Mm-hmm. Like you're sitting here like, oh yeah, Milo was totally like, if the event went off without a hitch, that'd be a problem. Like, I don't know, it's a level of honesty that's kind of shocking, I guess.
Yeah, but again, that's always been sort of my thing. Here's what I'm doing, here's how I'm going to do it. It's the same way when I sell people things. I go, I have a book, I want you to buy my book, here's my book, I'm going to sell you my book, I'm just going to do it, put the fine print into big print. People respect that, and that's why people come to me, because they know that I'm going to put instead of hiding things, I'm going to say, here's what actually is in big print, here's what we want to have happen. So if you could have like a perfect little plan, you would want the event to happen all 4 days with Berkeley stonewalling us, but not completely shutting it down. And you want Antifa to show up and act like fools, but you don't want them to hurt anybody. So we're threading this line where, yeah, we want Antifa to show up, we want them to look like idiots, we want them to riot, but we don't want them to actually hurt any of our people. So we have all of these competing interests going on, where we don't want to take our people into an ambush and have any of our people get hurt, but Antifa are a useful foil and a useful prop, and we use Antifa, no question about that. If you showed up, and rather than Antifa showing up, people just said, hey, let's have a debate, let's sit down and have a debate, there wouldn't be the media frenzy that there is. So Antifa are the best marketing interns that anybody could ever ask for.
Wow. So, wow, you kind of put me at a loss for words, just because you just flat out, you think that there are people in Antifa that feel the same way, that they're playing a game, that they know what they're doing to manipulate you?
Well, they want media coverage, and they want to hook up, and people, wherever people are, especially younger people, they're fornicating and everything else. So They're going there. They want to feel meaningful. They want to feel so their needs are being met too. The Antifa needs are psychological. They want to feel like they're part of something. They really want to feel like they're fighting back. A lot of them have a lot of student loan debt. Life isn't going the way they thought it would go, and people need meaning and purpose in their life. And going out there gives Antifa that meaning or that purpose. So they love it, and they feel like they're fighting the bad guys. You get to feel like, so you are maybe living an unfulfilled life, and you think, wow, I get to go be a superhero and take on the Nazis like Captain America and Indiana Jones. They feel good about it. And then from our perspective, they are our marketing interns, because when they behave that way, it creates a spectacle, and then the media, as we know, is going to cover it.
I guess the way I've seen it with all the violence is kind of dire, like, oh no, this violence is escalating. But the way you're kind of describing is that this is just the way the game is played, like this is normal.
Well, there are layers. There are multiple layers. One is, the violence is escalating, and America is heading in a bad direction, and we are in a cold civil war, and it's getting warm. So I don't like that at all. I'm definitely, when I say the violence from the left is being ratcheted up, I'm 100% sincere on that. But I'm just talking about the media game, the optics, the messaging. If, for example, say I'm not a Republican, but say I wanted Republicans to win, right? Then I would say, oh, Charles Schumer is a Democrat and Antifa are Democrats. And then I would go to Charles Schumer events and say, wow, I can't believe this. All these Democrats are just out beating people up and everything. This is what Democrats are about. Can you believe it? There's something wrong. There's a big problem. That's what I mean by you're using what is happening and the optics of what is happening in ways advantageously for your side.
That bums me out.
It's a cynical world. I'm a nihilist, and
oh man,
I've just accepted. I've accepted we live in a postmodern world, a nihilistic world, and I enjoy the absurdity of it all.
Well,
otherwise, if you're in my line of work and you're not an absurdist, you lose your mind.
Well, Free Speech Week. Is it only going to be this one march? Is there anything planned after?
Berkeley is not going to let anything happen on campus during the week. So tomorrow is the event.
All right. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of thoughts. One is that what I'm talking to you about media is being done by CNN too. CNN doesn't pick the smartest Trump supporter to go on its panel to defend Trump. CNN deliberately picks people who can be bullied and defeated by other people to then say, oh, this is a Trump supporter, and even a Trump supporter can't defend Trump, right? But if you have guys like Joe Pollock, they don't even want him on because he shreds them. The same thing with the Washington Post has a columnist, and I won't create drama for your channel, I won't name her, but they're the fake Republican effect. So CNN will say, here's a Republican strategist, and then that Republican strategist comes on and bashes Trump. Well, she's not a Republican strategist. She's backed Democrat candidates, but now CNN is creating a narrative which is that, wow, even Republicans hate Trump, so those of you who aren't Republican, you must really hate Trump as a bad guy. So the media manipulation is everywhere. I'm just honest about what I'm doing. So in that regard, it's like, in a way, it's not manipulative on a meta level, because I tell you, hey, this is the facts that I'm creating. Here are the facts I'm going to show you. Here's my point of view. And if you don't like my point of view, you can go look at another point of view and then ascertain what you believe the full story to be.
It's weird because I'm not a big fan of fake news, hyper-partisan content, but out of all of the partisan content, the fact that you are admitting that you're doing these things, at least I find that respectable. So, hey man, thanks for talking.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, click the like button. Let me know what you think in the comments below. This is like one of the weirdest conversations I've had, because you're flat out like talking about how this game is played, the strategy of it. It's just weird. I don't know. I appreciate the honesty, though. I think that's a great thing.
Well, that's why people come to me.
Yeah. If you want to support my work, make sure you go to timcast.com/donate. Give whatever you'd like. Give nothing at all. My videos are always free and available every day at 4 p.m. Stay tuned. Breaking news live streams. At the time of watching this video, there's probably a march happening, so who knows where the hell I am, but I might be live streaming. And you can follow me on Twitter at timcast. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Or tonight, if there's something live.